Well, we are so excited that you all are joining us on this very special day. We are coming to you all from Denver, Colorado, in the home of Miss Madestella Holcomb, as we are celebrating her 100th birthday. And so we are so thankful that there are a bunch of people who are joining on the Zoom calls. We have been getting phone calls all day, text messages, and the love is very beautiful. Just to let you all know that we are practicing social distancing and that while we're here, this is the best way. We have folks who got their tests yesterday to make sure that they could come into the house today. And so we have family members who are here to make sure that we are able to keep this woman safe. But we really want to be able to hear some stories from her. We also will have some opportunities. We know we have family members who are joining us from near and far, who we would love to hear from them. And we also have some surprise guests who actually recorded some things that we wanted to show her in the moment and be able to have her reaction from that. And so I believe in a very active chat box. I have both my daughter and cousins and others who are going to be watching the chat boxes. So if you guys have things that you want to ask, or if you have different input that you want to give, feel free to have a very active chat box as we are going through this, because that's going to keep it as interactive as possible with us knowing what you guys are thinking. But with that being said, I would love to just ask you, what is the earliest memory? Sorry. What is the earliest memory that you have, Ms. Holcomb?
In my life?
In your life.
The earliest memory that I have is when I was 5 years old. And we had moved from where I was born in Okmulgee, Oklahoma, to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I was walking, I felt so alone, not realizing that my family, all my mother and my sisters were walking behind me. Then I was 38. And then I went to Lincoln University in Jeff City, Missouri. And I didn't graduate there. But I spent 2 years at Lincoln. And now I'm here. There's a lot of things that happened between that time, but I would like to focus on being here now and the members of my family and the friends who are here with me and who love me. I just love this day.
That's great. Well, I appreciate that. And I know you want to focus on the here and now, and we will definitely talk about the here and now, but we are not going to shy away from that past, because growing up in Oklahoma is a very different reality than maybe growing up, look at the camera, than growing up in other places. So can you share, for those who may not know anything about it, what was it like growing up in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the early 20s, the 30s? What just was the race relations like? Just because I want to make sure others are able to hear from your story of what that was like.
Well, I would like to tell young people that no matter where they are, how the segregation is, how the prejudice is, you have to concentrate on making yourself the best that you can be. I was raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where there was what you call Jim Crow. Everything on my side of the town was Black. I went to all Black schools. We had Black churches. My brother was a Black lawyer there. My sisters were teachers there. So I didn't come in contact with all the meanness and the evilness and all the burning that had gone on in Tulsa was before I even came. That was in the year I was born. But I was raised with love and with encouragement. My parents always told me, make sure you get an education, because that will be the most important thing that you take with you in your life. And so now I tell that to my children, to make sure you're educated. And they have stayed with me, and it's just so nice to have family and friends, and my cousin Judy Alexander and Larry here with me, and my daughter Melody, and I just can't name everybody who's here, but I love you all. Okay, great.
Well, I love that. And from somebody like myself who grew up listening to these stories, because somebody who has joined us today, and I want to give him an opportunity to speak because I've always heard stories about Ernie Fields, and then to know Ernie Fields Jr. is joining us all the way from California. And I think he has a photograph that he had brought up a little bit earlier. And I want him to be able to have a chance to talk to you, but in that also for you to be able to share what that photograph means to you in a moment. So
she's gonna try to do the photo.
Ernie,
you know I can.
Fields Jr., can you hear us? Yes, sir.
I can hear you. She's trying to do the photo
Well,
so everybody can see it.
Okay, you're gonna pull that up, and I appreciate that. Can you explain what that photo is for us as it's being pulled up?
That is a photo of my aunt Madestella and me when I don't know how old I was. I must have been.
Well, I was 15 when you were born. So
Well,
you must have been about 2. So I probably was about 17
You guys could see it, right?
years old.
Can you see that?
Or 18.
Yes.
Yep,
We can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Madestella, listen.
And that was outside of your mother's house. What? What did you?
He's playing.
Uh-huh.
Well, if you all don't know, musician, very famous. His father had a very famous orchestra, and he is a musician also. Thank you.
That was so beautiful to hear that happy birthday. And as my grandmother shared, Ernie Fields Jr. is, I'm just so happy to just know you as family. He's played his saxophone in the White House. He's played it helping others come to the Grammys. And now he's played it on 100th birthday celebration for Madestella Holcomb.
His aunt.
His aunt, I know who he is. Cousin Ernie for me. What are some memories that you have right here that you would like to share with the crowd?
Oh boy. The memories I have, I don't know whether we can share them.
Well, the memories you can share about you and your mother driving us in her big car. What did she have? A Chrysler?
One of the
You were in the
things
back seat
that we want you to know is the heart that Madestella had. Way back in the day, my dad hired a little white boy to play in the band, and he got sick as they were traveling, and he got sick in Denver. And Madestella was cool enough and loving enough to let him stay with her until he got well. Now, I don't know how long that was, Madestella. How long did he have to stay with you? But
I don't remember either, but you know, you all were family, and everybody in the band was like family to me too.
And that was really, really lovely of her, especially in that time, you all, way back then, you know. But anyway, we've always shared moments with the Copelands and the Fields. Because my mother was Madestella's big sister.
It's the internet connection.
Hello, Daddy. Hello, I'm Madestella. Happy birthday. This is Ernie and, well, Ernie's kids. Okay, 2 kids.
Hey, man.
Must be Michelle and
Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, God bless you.
God bless you.
We are so thankful that you guys are joining us, and you guys are coming from Atlanta. Where are you guys at right now, Michelle and Lisa?
We're in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Lawrenceville.
I wanted to make sure I said it right. I thought so. We
Okay.
are so thankful that you guys are here. And if there's anything you want to share to or about Miss Madestella, we would love to give you that chance right now, because family is such a beautiful thing.
We just remember growing up with Aunt Madestella. I know she remembers us, and we remember her and our dad taking us to Denver to visit her. So we have fond memories of growing up with Aunt Madestella.
And you were really little. I remember when you were 2 and 3 years old.
Uh-huh.
And your father would bring you, and we would go to your Aunt Bernice's house and visit. They would bring all the family. Oh, it's so good to see you.
With that being said, Grandma, can you share a little bit about your sisters, and your brother, because you are not an only child. And so for those who may be lifelong friends, some who may be family who are joining us, but some who may have only known you for a few years, can you share a little bit about your siblings? Were you the oldest? Were you the youngest? And what was it like having those siblings in your life?
I was the youngest of 7. When I say I was youngest, that means that every 7 of us, it was me, my sister Anna, there are only 2 left. Anna is 2 years older than I am. She's 102. But there was Lydia, my oldest sister. She didn't have any children. There was Bernice, who was next to her, which was Ernie's mother. And I was really very close to her. She was just always supportive of me and taking care of me. And then my brother Robert was in the service. He was over in the March on Baton. And one of the black lawyers there in Tulsa. And then I had a sister named Cleo. She lived to be about 20 years old. And then the 3 youngest, they always class us together with me, Anna, and Madars, because we were 2 years and 2 days apart in our birth. I was born February the 5th, Madars was born February 7th, and Anna was born February the 9th, 2 years apart. And everybody remembered us in that way. But my mother didn't live with my father. He died when I was quite young. But we were a family. We were poor, but we were a family. But my 2 oldest, Lydia and Bernice and Robert, got their education. And then they came back to help us and to help my mother and to help me go to college. So family means so much to me. And even here today, just to have so many of them thinking about me is just God-given.
So Grandma, I appreciate that story. And I've grown up hearing so many stories of your sisters, your brother. If you could tell your mother one thing right now, you have now made it 100 years. You are not the child that you were. If you could tell her one thing that you are thankful that you learned from her, that you have carried this long, what would be that thing that you would say, I'm thankful that you instilled this in me, or that you told this to me because it's helped me over these 100 years? What would that thing be?
It would be that even though you did not have a college education, when you were coming up in your years, they didn't even allow you all to go any higher than the 8th grade. And that's what you did, and my father. But you kept telling us we needed to be education. We needed to have an education. We needed to be educated. And so my older sisters, when they went to school, and my brother and graduated, they came back and made sure that the younger ones got to go to college.
That's such a beautiful thing. And to just know that historically Black colleges and universities have been a part of our family for a number of years. when we're thinking about a Hampton Institute or a Fisk, or when we're thinking about a Lincoln University, it's so powerful to just know that you guys are truly living history of what it was like to follow through and what that education was then able to afford you as a family. And so we're so thankful to have you. One more thing that I know folks have been asking, and we're looking at the chat and some other things of, what has faith or religion or God meant to you over the years? And what is your earliest memory of the church or of God or of some type of religion that you can remember?
Well, back then on Sunday, come hell, or high water, we had to go to church. There was no two ways about it. We went to Sunday school and we went to church. It didn't really mean very much to me at that time, but things that you experience somehow get embedded into your life. And as I grew older and got married, every Sunday I went to church. But I didn't, sometimes you don't know why, but after a while, after I started going to Bible study, I realized that there is a God and that our life is led and guided by God. And that's what keeps me now, because I live alone and I do my own cooking and my own cleaning. I have a daughter, bless her heart, who will come and do my laundry for me. And all the rest of them will take me to the store or whatever I need, they will do. But it just means a lot to live this long and just to have everybody gathered around me who loves, concerned about me. I even have a great granddaughter here. I have granddaughter, a great granddaughter, cousin, daughters, this grandson. It's just marvelous. And my sister, who's 2 years older than I am, I spoke with her this morning. She lives in Atlanta. So God, I don't know how people live without faith, because your life is not just always good and pleasant. And I can always wake up in the morning and say, okay, God, you got it. This is your day. Lead me and guide me and order my steps in your word. And after that, no matter what comes about, I'm comfortable with that. And it's all of my children I took to church with me in Sunday school. And this one that's sitting beside me now, believe it or not, has his master's degree in theology, and he's an ordained minister. But all of them, even my cousins who are here, are church members and active in religious things. And I just appreciate that so much. That means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to them.
Now, I'm so glad you said that, because over the years, there is a member of New Hope Baptist Church who often when she sings, you say that she sings in a really amazing way. And so I reached out to the mayor's wife, the first lady of Denver, Colorado, and I said that we are celebrating a 100-year birthday, and she wanted to sing a song dedicated to you. And so as I'm gonna go over and start pulling that up, I would like you to share, when did you join New Hope Baptist Church and why did you come there? What were some other churches you are a part of in Denver? And just share some stories from church as we're bringing those things up.
Okay, when I came to Denver, for some reason, the friends who were around me were Methodists, and we joined Shorter AME Church. But then a friend of mine, Miss Robbie Bean, whose father was a minister, she kept telling me, oh, you got to hear this man preach at New Hope. You got to hear him preach at New Hope. And she came and got me, and we went to hear Reverend Peters preach. And I was quite impressed. And she would come and get me every Sunday, although she didn't belong to New Hope. And after a while, I joined. And I was always active in wherever I did a newsletter for the, it was just a place where people say that, oh, there's sinners in the church, but God didn't come to save saints. He came to save sinners. And so this lady that Quincy is talking about to sing, she has such a beautiful voice. She is a member of New Hope, and the mayor is her husband. But she would always come by and give me a hug. And once she sang a song, My God is Real, for I can feel him in my soul. And just the whole church stood up, and it meant so much to me. And then she would sing Amazing Grace. She's just a beautiful person, and I appreciate that. And it's unfortunate now that with the COVID, we can, church meant so much. You went and you saw the people, you could hear the choir sing and shake hands with the members and give them a hug. And you can't do that now. And I suppose God has let us know that regardless to where we are and whether we're in church or sitting in our living room, He is still available and He is still with us.
All right, we are about to pull that up right now.
And this is Miss, she's a professional singer and she goes under the name of Mary Lee. But she is Mary Hancock, and she's a beautiful person and has a beautiful, beautiful voice. And I love you.
All righty, hold up. Let me share my screen.
And we're going to share, I'm not sure what she's going to sing for me today. And Imani, while he's pulling this up, you want to come over here and sit by me?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
And this is my great granddaughter, and she is, how old are you?
I'm 11 now.
She's 11 now, and I was there when she was born, and I have pictures of her from crawling to walking to learning to talk. For a while, we didn't ever think she was going to talk, and now she is really very smart, smart, smart in school, and she's just a lovely person to be around. And my daughter Melody is here, and Diane, where'd Diane go? And my granddaughter Erica is here. I have children, grandchildren, and great grandchildren, and my cousin Judy Alexander, who her father was the uncle to my husband, and he used to call me Madam Estella. How's Miss Madam Estella coming? He has passed on now, and Judy's mother turned 100 a year or so ago. So I just have gathered around me lovely, lovely, lovely people. Do you want to say anything?
Well, we're gonna start the video.
He's gonna start the music now.
There are some things I may not know. There are some places I can't go. But I am sure of this one thing. My God is real, for I can feel Him deep within. Yes, God is real, real in my soul. Yes, God is real, for He has washed and made me whole. His love for me, just like pure gold. My God is real, for I can feel Him in my soul. Some folks may doubt, some folks may scorn, all can desert and leave me alone. But as for me, take God's part. My God is real, for I can feel him in my heart. Yes, God is real, real in my soul. Yes, God is real, for he has washed and made me whole. His love for me, just like pure gold. My God is real, for I can feel him in my soul. Some folks may doubt, some folks may scorn, all can desert and leave me alone. But as for me, I'll take God's part. My God is real, for I can feel him in my heart. Yes, God is real, real in my soul. My God is real, for he has washed and made me whole. His love for me, just like pure gold. My God is real, for I can feel him in my soul. I cannot tell just how you felt when Jesus took your sins away. But since that day, yeah, since that hour, God has been real, for I can feel his holy power. Yes, God is real, real in my soul. My God is real, for he has washed and made me whole. His love for me, just like pure gold. My God is real, for I can feel him in my soul. Yes, God is real, real in my soul. Yes, God is real, for he has washed and made me whole. His love for me, just like pure gold. For my God is real, yeah, I can feel him in my soul. Yes, God is real, real in my soul. My God is real, for he has washed and made me whole. His love for me, just like pure gold. My God is real, for I can feel him in my soul. My God is real, for I can feel him in my soul. My God is real, for I can feel him in my soul.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, Madestella. Just who you are. God is real, and that's the way you've lived all these years, because he's real.
So you remember earlier in the year when I did a study on your life, and it was actually pretty amazing. And there was a lot of things that I had learned about you that I didn't know. And I just wanted to say thank you for being in my life, Shannon. I just feel like you inspire me to be everything that I can be in life, and also that education is important, and that I should just keep on being who I am because I'm special, just like you are.
Well, and it was really a blessing. It was made me feel very well because she wrote this paper for her class, and it was all about me. And I didn't realize when she would call me grandma, calls me grandmother because my grandson, her father, calls me grandmother, but I'm her great grandmother. And she did this whole paper about me and the things that I had told her. And she got a really, really great grade on it. She got a high grade on that paper. So I appreciate you thinking that much of me.
Okay, well, one question I wanted to ask was through the years, was there anything that you have seen that has improved in our community that you're just very proud of?
Improved in our community or improved in my life? Because now with the matter and people, they don't really realize what it really is to be segregated and to be treated very bad. We couldn't go in this store, we couldn't try on shoes, we couldn't do this. And now, even though things are better, there are still a lot of things in life that we need to experience. We don't realize the hate that's in the world, but I tell my children and my grandchildren, you God first and you second. So take care of yourself and have your faith in who you believe in, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. So you have family near and far who are here, and we want to also give them a chance. Your daughters want a chance to ask you something and to say something to you. Your grandchildren do also. But we have Miss Carmen Fields who is joining us all the way from the East Coast. And so we want to give her an opportunity, knowing that she is such an integral part of this family and some of the planning that has gone into some of the work that we have done. So Miss Carmen Fields, if you can unmute yourself and share something to Miss Madestella Holcomb.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Happy birthday, Aunt Madestella, first of all. And most important of all, you put me on the spot, Quincy, and as others were strolling down memory lane, I have a couple of memories of when Kay and Skipper, Madestella's oldest children, my cousins, they would drop them off in Tulsa, and their mother, Maddie Copeland, lived next door to my family. And I just remember me and Kay and Skipper and Laurette, and well, Annalisa was a little bit younger than all of us, but we'd be out in that yard and we would play. And one of the favorite activities was play in church, because we were always, Granny always made sure we were in church. And once you got there, it was from sun up to sundown, and she was a deaconess and all of that. So we knew how to play church real well. We played school and that too. But I just remember those summers of just hanging out with my cousins. And I do remember when my parents celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. Aunt Madestella came and made sure all 5 of her children were a part of that celebration. And that meant a lot to my parents. It meant a lot to me and my brother at the time. And I can just remember her talking about how she loved to come to Tulsa, because when she was at our house, Mama always had all the food you can eat, all the soda pop you want to drink, and anything you wanted was right there at our house. So we had some good times that we celebrated and fellowship together.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Anything you want to share?
Yeah,
to Carmen?
and as Carmen talked about food, that her mother always had food for us. That my mother, she had chickens in the backyard, and Carmen's mother always had food. She had a little freezer there. She would cook food, black-eyed peas and things, and you go to her house, are you hungry? She could always go and bring something for us to eat. And nowadays, everything is bought in the grocery store, but we could go in the backyard and pick up onions and greens, and we even had an apple tree. And Carmen's mother had a black walnut tree. In the,
and used to make all kind of stuff. They would can stuff, canned pears, canned peaches.
And Carmen's mother would pick them and put them out on the sidewalk and let them dry. And then we'd stand out there and crack those walnuts and eat them. It was, her family has been a really, really good part of our life. Thank you, Carmen.
Oh, Annalisa's on here. Oh, let me go.
Hi,
Go ahead, Miss
Madestella. This is Annalise.
Hi, Miss Annalisa.
Happy
I
birthday.
just sent you a little note.
Yes.
Did you get it?
No, I didn't get the note yet. I did not. And I just want to say happy 100th birthday. And my fond memory of you is my mom, May Doris. She used to always call you her baby sister. That's my baby sister. Madestella, that's my baby sister. She always wanted to take her.
And her mother, there were three of us, like me, Anna, and May Doris was her mother. And she was 4 years older than me. And everybody, we always celebrated our birthdays together. And of course, you were very special. Your mother used to just dress you up so in pretty little clothes, and you have always been special in my life. I love you.
I love you too, Madestella. I love you too, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
It's so good seeing you. It's so good seeing you.
Okay.
We got more family pulling up to the house. We have a house full of folks here. But if there's any other family that's joined online before I go to her daughters who are going to have a chance to talk to their mother in real time, if there's any other family who are joining us virtually, I would love to just make sure we do not miss anybody because we can only see a little screen right here. They can see other things over there. So if there's any other family, if you can unmute yourself.
Quincy, can you hear me? Quincy?
Can hear you.
That's
okay. Hi, I'm Robin. Robin, I'm saying hi to you. Madestella, just wishing you a happy birthday. Haven't even seen you since I was in Denver. Quincy, I have a memory of you with Carly and Sabrina jumping on your stomach, lying on the floor. That was a long time ago.
That's a long time ago, and I'm glad because Carly's on here, which is amazing to see.
Yeah, that was a memory. Anyway, Madestella, I just wanted you to know I was here and I love you, and I'm so glad to be able to see you. You guys have a great day.
I will, and your father, it's so good that you're Robin Copeland. You're one of the Copelands that are left. Because I hear from Mary Jo, and she calls herself Mary Jo Copeland. So that was my maiden name. God bless you, Robin. It's good to hear from you.
Well, I wear my name proudly.
I know Carly's on here, and I know we have other family who would want to say something. So Carly, if you want to unmute yourself, and then we have some other family I know who may want to speak.
Hey, Aunt Madestella, it's Carly. Happy birthday.
That's Carly talking to you right there.
Hi, Carly.
Hello, how are you?
Really good. Love those earrings.
Thank you. You look beautiful. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who is on? I want to make sure, because I want to make sure we get to your children. And we had a chance for them to say some things that they've been wanting to say for a number of years to you. And because they can say it on this camera, and we got security guards and video cameras to be able to hear it. But if there's any other family, we want to give you a chance virtually. And then don't worry, family and friends, we will come to you towards the end. So don't worry, we want to make sure your voices are heard.
Cousin Linda Roselle is on the line. Linda Copeland Roselle is on the line.
Hey.
I can hear her.
There she
Hi,
goes.
can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
It's Linda.
Hi, Linda. How are you?
I'm fine. It's great to be able to say happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I see you on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. And Mary Jo.
I don't know where Mary Jo is. I know she was trying to get on this call. She might have got caught up on something.
Well,
I want to just go back for a minute and say to everybody how remarkable this is that 3 of the 7 Copeland siblings made it to 100 years old. Madestella's the baby at 100. Her other sister, Anna, will be 102 on Tuesday. And my mother, Bernice, passed away in 2012, and she was 103 years old. All of that in one family is amazing.
Yeah.
That's so amazing. All right, she just hit me and told me to say, make sure children have a chance. I'm not going to sugarcoat the fact that I'm getting abused over here, but I'm going to ask both Miss Diane and Melody. Oh, my mom said she's going first, so I'm going to get out of the way. The baby going first.
What's up, cousins and family? Do not kill me. We were going to plan one for the family, so that's still coming, but we're always happy to get together as much as we can. So thank you for joining, Carmen. We'll talk later. So I am the baby of Madestella Holcomb, born to Moses.
Isaac
Columbus
and Martha Jane Hollis.
Like I didn't know that. So she's their baby. You got it? And I am her baby, Melody Estelle. So I also share in her name also. So like I said, I apologize, but what a wonderful.
Well, what I want to say is I really, really, really thought I was through having children. And after 6 years of none, here this one comes. And she tried to mimic me because Quincy is her son and he's 30, 5, 6. And then she has a daughter 20 years younger, Miss Nadia. So, we just believe in our children. And this is Nadia.
This is Nadia Nicole Brooks. So she and Quincy are brother and sister. They're 20 years apart. And then Erica, this is.
So I'm the oldest.
Diane Cecile.
This is my baby sister.
Oh, no.
But when I was 6 years old, my birthday present, and I'm like, Mom, can you just get away for just one more day? So we share the same birthday, but we are not twins. We are 6 years apart.
Okay.
And this is my baby sister, and this is my daughter.
Hello.
Hello.
I've said many times she kept me growing up. And it's good to just learn from somebody this old and somebody who loves you and just is there for you all the time. So
she was a bad little girl.
You have some ups and downs. We're gonna have some mutual cameras.
She and Quincy were bad. They were just very good friends. I appreciated both of them.
Appreciate
it. Well, this really is a special day. And I feel so blessed to be able to say that I have a mother that I put that on there wrong. Mama's not a centurion. Mama is a centenarian.
Well, whatever. I don't know.
So the centurion, yes, it's quoted in the Bible, but mom is now 100 years old. And it is so special because we can, we know someone personally that has lived through what we've all talked about right now. And that means a lot. We know everything, so we really don't have to ask her questions, but growing up, we did. And like I said, we are so blessed to still have not only my mother, but my aunt, Anna, who, like Carmen said, will turn 102. And then her mom, Carmen's mother, was 103 when she passed. So we are blessed. And I thank everybody for sharing this moment with us today. Thank you. It means a lot.
Hello, Diane and Melody. This is Michelle. Can you hear me? Hello.
What's up?
Hey, it's so good to see you. I have such fond memories of spending summers with you guys at my grandma's house. And I am just overwhelmed to see you guys. Hello.
So we'll do this and try to get Miss Shanley, Lorette, and all the kids together. So we'll do a family thing separately. Thanks, family.
Miss B, we're not done, but we have a few more things that we want to share because I know there's some folks in the comments who have shared some things. But my grandmother is an author, and so we are going to dance to let talk about her books. We came out with a book at the age of 99 years old, and not everybody is able to write their name at 99, but she was not able to write her name, but she was able to write a novel. So right now, I want you to go through your 3 books and just share about just what was it? What was your motivation in writing A Chip from the Old Black Block? What was it about? And then how allow you to get to such a time as this?
Well, we have to start before this because I was in my job, I was editor for the government, which was, I had a degree in English, and I always cared for words. Words were my, I would look up words. My children would call me, Mom, what does this mean? How do you spell this? And so that book, A Chip Off the Old Black Block, I would take a word and I would say what it meant from the dictionary. And then I would write something like 1 page, maybe 100 words, Black person. And the chips off the old black block are how we learn from those chips. They are our older people and the chips are the younger ones. So this book is kind of as I did a column in the paper, the words have it. And I would take a word and define it and then write something about it. My second book.
Hold on, before you get to the second one, because there is a part of this book that is my favorite, and I used to tell my friends about it. It is A Chip Off the Old Black Block, where she talked about playing the dozens.
Oh my
And
goodness.
for me, I had no idea what playing the dozens meant. So Grandma, can you share a little bit about what playing the dozens is?
Well, playing the dozens is if you say something bad about me and I say your mama, well, that means whatever you saying bad about me was your mama. And so I asked several white people, do you know what you mean by playing by the dozens? And somebody said, well, I think it's some islands in the Pacific. And I said, no, it's not islands in the Pacific. And someone said, well, does a person have 12 children? That's a dozen. And so I had to explain to them that playing the dozen. And my sisters used to play the dozens with us and didn't know. They say your mama, and they were talking about their own mama. So that's what.
So that has pictures of her past in there. It has pictures of her children and grandchildren at the time in there. And it has history, as you can think about, of what it means to grow up not knowing what some of these words mean. And so we have these books, and we want to make sure those of you all who are interested know we still have copies of this. But can you tell us a little bit about your novel?
Okay, my therefore choose life. The words therefore choose life, of course, come from the scripture. And my daughter, it seems like it's me that I'm writing about, but I'm not. But the young was black, and unfortunately, a young white person fell in love. And of course, it was illegal for black and white even to associate, and certainly not to marry. And they grew up loving each other and wanted to get married, and the miscegenation laws did not allow it. But then my mother, well, the mother in the book told her daughter, don't let them tell you what to do. Choose life. And that's from the scripture.
And it's so interesting as you talk about this, because Shorter's Book Club, the Denver Public Library, they did a feature, and we started getting to a point where you were doing tours around Denver talking about this book, and people were calling and asking, who are the different characters? What's going to happen next? Is this an autobiography of your life? And so now that we have a chance to ask you that on camera, what would you like to share with those people who are asking you about this book and how much it touched your personal life?
Well, people call writers creative writers, and you cannot create anything out of you unless it has at one time been inside you. So all the prejudices that were shared in this book, I'm sure I experienced. And although I didn't fall in love with a white man, anybody in that time, black and white could not associate together. But they went through life loving each other and wanting to get married and they couldn't get married. So they had what they called, I don't know if you all have ever been in a church that had a Tom Thumbs wedding. It was supposed to be a real wedding, but it really wasn't. And they went through all the things. So they decided that they would have a creative wedding for their family. And then they would move to a state where they could legally be married. And that's what they weren't able to get married in this book, and the families were against them. The white mother was against them till finally they were loving. People saw that they were in love, and his mother and her would be all right for them to marry. And this second book is after they do go to Seattle, Washington and get married. And they think getting there would be just peaches and cream, but prejudice still existed and their house was burned down, but they still survived. And it was kind of interesting that when they had a child, the child was pure white. But everyone said, now you do know that since the mother's black, because at that time they said if you had one drop of black blood in you, which didn't make sense because all blood is red, then you were black. So they knew that their little white child would be classified as black. And the interesting thing I think about the book is shows how people think about you without even knowing you. And even now you look at some of the hate and things that go on, and people just look at you and don't like you because of the color of your skin. So, and that's one reason I end the book, the scripture, when I don't know if Esther and Mordecai were sent to, they were being really, really, really prejudiced against their people. And the book says the Lord might have sent you here for just such a time as this. as to teach Black children to read. And this white person decided he could still be white and be a white lawyer and still help Black people because his wife was Black and his daughter was white. So it's a mixture of how you think about people, but we're just all still people.
I love it. And one thing that really touched my spirit was coming over here the many times that I would and watching you research, and that you were looking up different information about the historicalness of this book. And so can you share why the tree that you put on the front of this tree? What is this tree? Because it was so amazing when you first told me about this tree.
It's a juniper tree. And I have the picture of a juniper tree on the book. Because when the white guy was going through so many problems, they had burnt their house down. He couldn't go with his wife to get away from himself, and he went in the park and sat under a juniper tree. And of course, that's biblical, because what was his name? When he was having problems in his life and didn't know what to do, he went and sat under juniper tree. Lord spoke to him. And this young man got a message from the infinity while he was sitting under a juniper tree.
And so one thing I really want to push for those who are asking, what can you give my grandmother as a birthday present? What is something that you can do for her birthday? This is it. We would love to, this isn't a promotional thing in that sense, but one thing that my grandma was really proud of was writing a book and having a chance. And she was hopeful to be able to do a book signing. She was hopeful to be able to share with others about the book. And COVID in such a, many of her family, friends, and others have gone around buying the book. But if you are asking what you can do for a birthday present for this woman right here, is you can buy a book, you can share the book with others. If you know Oprah, and I know a few of you guys probably do, get it to Oprah and make sure that others have a chance to read it, because so often we read literature from our authors after they pass. And we're able to say how literarily great they were from this person who is now in the great beyond. And right now we have her here. So I would encourage you all to get this while you can.
And this book is a continuation of this book.
Yep, it's a sequel.
It's a sequel to this book. So they both are the same story, but it's as it begins and then as it continues.
And we're gonna go more into this because, you know, B. Harris, who has an amazing magazine / newspaper / publication, which we want to give a shout out to for allowing us to even be on this Zoom for, because she allowed us to even promote what we're doing right here. But Miss B does so much in our community, and we are going to link Miss B and Miss Madestella together to be able to allow her story to go out in a different way, even beyond this platform. So thank you guys so much. I'm just speaking stuff into existence because I can, and I know God is good.
And I want to say to Miss B, God bless you, and I thank you, thank you, thank you. You cannot understand how much I appreciate you allowing us to do this. And I also appreciate all of the publicity that you give to my grandson, because he is talented, and you have just been very, very.
Well, I claim him. I claim him as one of my. I claim him as one of my sons as well. I have 2 other sons, but I claim him as one of my other sons. And I want to be just like you when I turn 100, because I'm claiming that as well. So that's good. I'm going to be 100 too. My father will be 93 in May. He lives in Michigan. For the last few years, I've gone back to Michigan to see him. So I plan on going to see him in May. So this was an honor. This was an honor. I was looking at some of the messages that people have said, and I was looking at something that Roz Washington said that in the chat room. Let's see if I can pull this up. She said that you loved Eulipius Theater, and we loved her, and that they produced and performed a play written by you. I think that's what she says, right, Roz?
Right.
Yeah.
Also wrote plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think someone asked.
Yeah, one of the first times.
Someone also asked, what's the secret of getting to 100?
You know, people always ask you that. And actually, the only thing that I can that with me all my life, the garden, when we were young, we didn't go to the grocery store and buy beef and hamburger. She had chickens in the backyard. We had a garden in the backyard. So we always ate vegetables. We had an apple tree. So we always had fruit and vegetables. The other thing that I know, and I know that I know has carried me through is my faith in God. And when I was younger, I didn't really realize what it meant, but we were taken to church. And of course, when I had a personal to God in my life, I know that when I get blue, because I live alone and sometimes I get lonesome, I just say, okay, God, you got it. Come on now, order my steps in your word. And I'm all right.
That's such a powerful thing. And I know there's some other comments, and I know the hour is getting late and we don't want to belabor it. But I also know that there are some friends who have joined us, and I just want to give folks a chance to say happy birthday or whatever message they have for you, because folks could have been doing anything at this time. Anybody while they're still alive, a wonderful thing, because sometimes we get to funerals or later and we talk about the shoulda, woulda, coulda. I would have told them this, or I would have done that. And so if you all allow us, just for a little bit of the time that we have left together, I would love to allow some folks to unmute. Wants to pick how you want to do it. You know, I would love for you to be able to hear, because you poured out some stuff. You've poured out to others, and I want them to be able to have a chance to pour into you. And then we also have a very special potential birthday song that may be coming that I heard about. And Miss Mary had one last thing that she had to say to you. So I'll give it to Miss B to figure out how we want to either unmute if people want to raise their hands in the comment section, or say they have something to share, but I want to give them a chance.
I really would like Mary Alexander to say something too, because it just means so much for you to be here. Although you are family, because your wife is a cousin to my children. But I appreciate you coming to share your talents with me.
Well, thank you, and we love you. You have meant so much to all of us in this community.
Okay.
And of course, my dad, Warren Alexander, was very much a part of the
community. Can you hear them? Can you hear them, B?
Yes. I can hear. I think Harriet's got.
And Judy, my wife, and we just want to.
You know Miss Judy, because one time I was introducing her as a friend, and she said, "Friend, I'm your cousin," because her father is an uncle too, was my husband, and she and my children are second cousins. So, hi, cousin.
We're just excited to be here, and happy 100th. And we just want you to enjoy not only today, but the many days you have left. Okay. And as I have on my sweatshirt, God is dope.
Oh, my goodness.
It's all good. It's all good.
And his father, sure that he saw me. He called me Miss Madestella.
That's right. Madestella. But I have a message from Mama, and she said, "Welcome to the Centenarian Club."
Okay.
She loves you, and she said these celebrations, because she turned 100 in April, were not what you all probably planned, but that God is still good.
Right.
And I wanted to say that I feel blessed that I was able to take Madestella around to some of these places she had to go when she was doing book talks and book signings. And I think I had
Eula?
to do with her
Yes, what
writing.
did I do?
Somebody kept her and bugging me and said,
Miss
because
Lena
you
showing.
write a sequel and everything. And I told, and I told Madestella, I said, are you going to write a sequel? She goes, it took me 5 years. I'm 90 years old. I'm not writing a sequel. I said, what else you got to do? Go on and write it. And so she did, and we were so happy. And we all in the family have all 3 of your books. And we just really love you. Just so happy for this day.
And Miss B said to me, which was really interesting, she said, you don't even sound like you're
Thank
100.
you, thank you,
So,
thank
well,
you.
you know how people sound when they're, so I appreciate everybody.
And from the Thomas family and Omaha, your Thomas cousins, we all wanted to say happy birthday.
And where'd Miss Shirlena go? She has been a friend to my children, and she has just come and been a friend to me. Bless her heart. When she's in the neighborhood, she'll call and say, well, Miss Madestella, is there anything you need? I will bring it to you. So bless you. And she brought me Thanksgiving turkey and dressing and gravy. God bless you. I love you. And she has a daughter who's almost the same age as Imani. Both sing in Denver's children's choir. So we have quite a connection here.
Yes, this lady is awesome. It's just so a blessing to have you in my life. I thank God that I met Melody and her family, but I just love coming by, checking on her, just listening to her and getting wisdom from her. She's an awesome lady of God. And I'm just happy to just be able to sit under you and just get all that wisdom.
And so are you. I appreciate your faith in God too. It means a lot. Right.
Thank you.
Okay, Grandma Eula Adams. I'm breaking stuff in Mona. Eula Adams had something that he was pulling up on the screen, and so we want to give him a chance to pull that up for you.
Well, his wife is a twin. And she has always been, she was very supportive of me in buying my books. Matter of fact, she bought 2 books. And I appreciate that.
The floor is yours, Brother Adams.
Can you hear me?
Can he share? Okay.
He said, I'm sorry, I accidentally shared my screen, my mistake. An inspiring call.
What's happening?
Imani's reading what he said. Come here, me. Bring it over here, Imani, and read it so we can hear.
I'm sorry, my screen, my mistake. An inspiring call in all respects.
All right, so he mistakenly shared his screen, but they are on the call and wanted to wish you happy birthday.
Well, thank you very much. God love you.
As we get to, if anybody would like to share anything.
Yes, I would. I'm Harriet, and for Miss Madestella, there is only one word, and that is Madestella is marvelous. The Pauline Robinson Library at 34th and Holly has been Miss Madestella's home book club. We're now celebrating our 27th year as a book club. And we also enjoyed her comments, specific comments. Now, you have to understand, when you have a book club of Black women, we do not bite our tongues in terms of what the book is about, our opinions of the book, or anything else. And I would say that Miss Marvelous Madestella has been the queen of those comments, especially as a published author. And she can speak to the type of book, the type of characterizations, all of the things that we want to talk about as a book club. But other than that, sharing her life with us. Now, it's been my privilege over the last few years of those 27 years of book club to be Miss Madestella's chauffeur to book club. She told me about 1.5 years ago that, well, maybe I won't go anymore. But, you know, I needed my monthly Madestella fix. So every 4th Saturday, I call every book club day so that we can talk about the book, talk about life, talk about just anything that happens to pass her mind. I want to hear. So on behalf of the Pauline Robinson Library, on behalf of all of the book club members that have enjoyed Miss Madestella for the past 27 years of our book club, and especially from me, since I was privileged to be one of the readers before the book was published, and to discuss it in depth with her. Thank you for being who you are, marvelous Madestella. I expect at least another 100 years, minimum.
No, thank you.
Thanks so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate you very much. She still calls me every Saturday book club day. After, 5 years, she calls me, well, it's day for book club. And we talk about the book. So I appreciate you, okay?
Amen. Anybody else, we offer the floor to you.
Can I speak?
Claudette?
Hi, Miss Madestella. Miss Madestella Holcomb.
Well, hi,
Miss Sweet.
Hi, Miss Claudette Sweet.
How are you,
Dr. Sweet?
I miss you.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
I first met Madestella at the Denver Weekly News, and she was a light unto my path. And I thank God for her being there. I don't know how I could have stayed the years that I did. Had it not been for your encouragement, Madestella. I want to thank you for the impact you've had on my life. And you are truly a child of God. And I'm thankful that you raised a wonderful grandson that I call my son as well, Quincy. Quincy, you have produced quite a young man. I am so proud of him, and he represents well. He's a walking historian like you are. You know, everybody don't know that Madestella is a historian. This woman, she used to give us so much wisdom down at the Denver Weekly News. And I'm thankful to God that I've known you. And I just want to tell you, there's a little song that I used to sit and watch in front of the black and white TV growing up in Beaumont, Texas. And it was the birthday song, and it was always on the Mickey Mouse Club. Now, how many of y'all know about the Mickey Mouse Club?
MICKEYMOUSE.
Yes. So some of you who in my age group can identify with the Mickey Mouse Club. Well, there were 8 of us in our family. I was the oldest girl. And I used to sit in front of the black and white TV, and every day I celebrated my birthday with the Mickey Mouse Club. And I want to pass this on to you, Madestella, okay? I consider it to be a fun song, okay? Listen up to the words. Today is a birthday, I wonder for whom. We know it's for someone who's right in this room. So look all around you for somebody who is smiling and happy. My goodness. All together, let's point at Madestella. It's you. All together, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Miss Sweet. Thank you very much. Yes. We worked at the Denver Weekly News together, both of us, and we just supported each other a lot. Thank you.
Just push answer, whoever it is. They'll be all right.
That's
is there anybody else who would like to share anything?
I would.
That's
Hi, Matt.
Go ahead.
This is Julie, and I am so happy. See, you always tell me, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. What I tell you, 100 years beautiful and 100 years strong. God is good. Madestella, I love you and I wish you many more years to come. And I'll be back to club as well. Bye-bye.
I thank you. Appreciate you very much. God bless
Okay.
you and your sister.
Thank you.
Where did he go?
Is there
She was a
anyone
part
else
of the
that
book.
would like to say some remarks?
Can people repeat? Because I've got another memory. This is her niece, Carmen. And it occurred to me when they're talking about the value of education. And Madestella mentioned how when one would finish college, they would help the next one. They would work and help the next one go along. Well, she mentioned that she was at Lincoln University for 2 years. Well, fast forward to, I don't know what year it was, but my mother was a retired teacher, and every year in the springtime, she would get these invitations to people's graduations, and they would be relatives or they would be former students. And she was opening up these invitations that she got one time, and I heard her squeal, "Oh!" And I said, "What's the matter?" She thought she was opening an invitation to one of Madestella's children's graduation, but it was an invitation to Aunt Madestella's graduation from college. She went back and finished her degree while her children were growing up, and that brought her big sister, Bernice, great joy.
Right. Yeah. I was 72 when I got finally got my degree. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you, Carmen.
Yes, yes, indeed. She was pleased as punch.
And Carmen went to Lincoln also. I went to Lincoln. Carmen went to Lincoln. Graduated from Lincoln. My daughter Melody went to Lincoln. So Lincoln is a part of us. Lincoln University in Jeff City, Missouri.
So Quincy, where is that Quincy?
We have, can you see me?
Quincy?
We have one more thing, Miss, can you? We have one more thing. Her oldest daughter just called and wanted to share something with her.
Okay.
We want to give her a chance. So they're calling her phone right now. We answered on didn't have speakerphone, and we wanted to make sure that you all would be able to hear also. So we're about to get ready to close out with that, but it's in your hands, Ms. B, for the next few minutes until I think they're calling right now.
So we've got a call coming in.
Well, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she was hit by a car and she's unable to walk, and it's kind of unfortunate. And what about the photographer? Do you want to say something about him?
You want to say anything, Ashley? He's been working with Denver Weekly News for as long as I can remember in all the newspapers.
Really? What's your name?
Asa.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes, I see your
Ansar?
He's here. Come on over.
Ansar?
Yeah, he's here.
I have to use the restroom.
He wants to stay behind the camera instead of on the camera. But for everybody
He's not gonna get in the camera.
Everybody who has joined us, this has truly been heartfelt. And one thing that I just want to share is that you're not always blessed to know the people who are going to give you life. You're not always blessed to know what the influence that they will have in your life and how long it will be. And I'm just so thankful that from the grandchildren that we have a chance to celebrate with you. And so Erica, come on over, and Nadia, hold up, Nadia has a poem that she wrote for you. And so my little sister is an author just like her grandmother. And so we want to actually give a chance as the grandchildren to give a tribute to you.
Okay, but quite before she does that, I want to say that I have a son here who is Eric Holcomb. He's a bus driver for RTD, but he was working today, and so he wasn't able to be here.
What was his name?
Eric Holcomb. He drives a bus on Colfax, believe it or not. Right. So.
All right, so Nadia has something she wants to share with you. And as the grands, we're just going to stand behind her in support.
Well, Grandma has kind of
Louder.
Grandma's been a big inspiration to me, I guess, because she was a writer and I really liked writing. So I remembered a while ago when I wrote this like story about penguins, and she just like absolutely loved it. And that's when I realized that I could really love writing, I guess. So then I thought about how Grandma was, well, she's pretty old now. So I just thought about what, just who do people want me to be and how, like, I don't know. Okay, anyway. When I grow up, what will I be? Will I be my mother's scholar who graduates college like my father? Will I be my father's leader who inspires? Will I be my father's leader who inspires others like my teacher? Will I be my teacher's color who paints the world in dreams like my grandmother? Will I be my grandmother's writer who shares creativity like no other? Can I be my own inspiration who smiles in anticipation to who she will grow up to be? Will I grow up to be me? So I just.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I was just going to say it's been an honor to, to participate with this. And you support the Urban Spectrum, and I have, one other person who supports the Urban Spectrum, and she wanted to give a gift of sing a special song as well. Hers is a little different, but we've got I don't know, it's more of a jazzy song, but we've got somebody else that would like to sing the song now. So are you ready, Miss Linda?
Yes, ma'am.
Linda, you need to unmute yourself. Linda.
Okay, hello everyone.
There you go. There you go.
Here I am. Hi, Miss Madestella. Huh? Okay. Well, happy birthday. And so the what I want to say to you is that we just came to say we love you. We just came to say how much we care. We just came to say we love you, and we mean it from the bottom of our heart. We just came to say we love you. We just came to say happy birthday to you. We just came to say we love you, and we mean it. Ooh, and we mean it. Oh yes, we do, and we mean it from the bottom of our heart.
Amen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so
my husband wants to give brief.
That is such a blessing.
Oh, happy birthday, Auntie. I hope you're having a wonderful one.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Lorenz.
You should feel very, very proud.
All right, so we have a very special person who's going to say something right now. As you guys may have heard, our Aunt Kay, my Aunt Kay, her oldest daughter was in an accident recently, and home as much as we would want to at all. And so she really wanted a chance to be able to share this. So we want to end with her being able to share with her mother happy birthday. But to make sure that you all see it, this woman had, can you go through who your children are as we're bringing
all of them. That's Melody, Eric, Kay, that's the one that's in the nursing home. And who are you? Diane, and that's my son who's in St. Louis.
Justin,
right.
All righty, guys. So we thank you all for joining us there is one more special thing that after this, where there may be some folks pulling up to say some special things. It's a surprise, oops. But I wanna make sure that on this day, we are able to celebrate you, because it really has been an honor to know, to love, and to be around you. And so just know this is not the end of a life. This is a celebration as you move forward into this next stage. And we're gonna continue to support, continue to love, continue to be with you, because too often we get to an age and we say we've done enough, and nope, we need to see what happens on the next novel that you're going to start writing, the next play that you start doing. When I have to write a sermon and I have to find out what a word means, I am going to be calling you as my dictionary instead of looking it up. And there's just so much more love and life that we have for you. So we thank you. We love you. We appreciate you.
And I thank my grandson for thinking about me. He's just been in my life. I was there when he was born, and he's just been in my life ever since. Sometimes he'd have an argument with his mother. I'm going on to my grandma's house, and he would. And so he's just so special to me and his daughter. All my children are. And all my friends, I just appreciate
Nadia,
you all thinking
Erica,
about me.
we're gonna end this with all the family over here real quick, because this is not about me. It is definitely about you. But we have family who wants to present some donuts
Everybody
and
wants
some
me to be
cookies.
fat.
So come on over, cousin Judy. Where Imani, come up here.
Hey, Quincy,
Yes, ma'am.
can you check the waiting room? Mary Jo is trying to get in.
Miss B, can you let Miss Mary Jo in? It's another family member.
Thank you.
Okay, let me see.
Who wants to say something real quick?
Oh, yep, I see. Sorry
Thank
about
you.
that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
I'm coming. Okay. Come on over for this picture then. The video picture, whatever this is.
Over here. Everybody
Look over there. Okay. You said look over there. Where?
Over there. Did she get in? We want to give her a chance to say something.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Is she speaking? I mean, she may be muted then. We don't hear you, Mary Jo.
Let's see.
Oh, I see her. Mary Jo was my brother's daughter. She still uses our name Copeland, although her last name she's Mary Jo Grissom. But when she writes me, she says Mary Jo Copeland.
She's on.
Mary Jo, speak.
Reminds me of my maiden name.
Did she make it on?
Yes, she's on.
No, that's
She's
Linda.
on.
That's not Mary Jo.
And she's not muted or
Mary
anything.
Jo's on.
Mary Jo, do you have something you want to say?
Now is the time, Mary Jo. I don't think she can hear us. I don't think she can hear us. That's what's going on. I don't think she can hear us.
Right, that's exactly what's going on.
Well, that's
Well,
okay.
well, we're gonna have another family Zoom, and we have some other celebratory things to happen for you. 100 different celebrations in a day. I hope you are ready, because we're going to the club tonight. Hey, you get a little tenderoni.
Oh, there she is.
But
Okay, can you get the picture?
so we'll take it in a second. But this is just the final thing that you want to say to everybody as we get ready to close out. Grandma, you get the final word, and then we'll go ahead and close out of this. For those who are interested, we will be meeting across the street, and there may or may not be something that's going to happen for those who meet at Fred Thompson Park. Let me close her ears, turn her hearing off. We're going to do a car parade for folks. So if you guys want to show up for the car parade, you guys can start heading over to 26th and Quebec, and we're going to go ahead and make sure those who were not able to come to Zoom. So, but we want to make sure this day is very special. So Grandma, these are your final thoughts, final words to anybody who was here, who was on, that you would like to share.
My final words go to you, Miss B. I just appreciate you allowing us to do this. It means a lot because I know that there are a lot of things in your life and a lot of people that you want to be responsible for, but I just love you and I appreciate very much you allowing us this privilege.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, thank you so much. I'm so honored. You know, it's such a blessing to see 100 years, and because of Quincy, you know, Quincy always says yes to me, so I always have to say yes to Quincy. So I hope you enjoyed this day.
I did, and we said that she cannot print an urban spectrum without having Quincy in it.
I appreciate it. But Grandma, this is love. I hope you know that you are loved even in the moments when folks don't call or you don't see them. Know that there are folks on both coasts right now who have made it onto this Zoom, on Atlanta, from Boston, from California, Oklahoma, and many places in between. They are all here just simply to tell you that they love you, they wish you happy birthday, and that we will continue to watch and learn from your legacy. As we think about 1921, man, the Harlem Renaissance, the Civil Rights Movement, a few different world wars, and now a Black president and a Black vice president. You have seen a lot and you will see more.
And one last thing, we will be posting this on our YouTube channel, so people can see it from now on.
Amen.
Okay.
Hey, this is Mary Jo Copeland. This is Mary Jo in Tulsa. I just got on. My sound was mixed up, but Aunt Madestella, happy birthday. I'm enjoying the book, and I'm so happy to see members of your family, I guess my family too, that I never knew. And Quincy, I see you on Facebook, and I understand you're a wonderful grandson. Okay, so happy birthday.
Yes, and I thank you for the gift that you sent to me. I got it yesterday. Thank you. Your gift.
You're welcome.
Precious.
All right.
Okay.
All righty, everybody. Well, we're going to get ready for this next phase of her birthday celebration as we get ready for this car parade. But we are so thankful for those of you all who were able to join us virtually, those who were watching this live, those who will watch a rebroadcast of this, and those who have sent either love, any type of appreciation to this woman who is a living legend. Please remember, because I'm going to do the housekeeping, you can still buy a book. You can still share with others the book. We are going to make it on the bestseller book while she is still alive and make sure that she's able to see the fruits of her labor. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Miss B, you have the final word, and we are going to get out of here.
I think that's it. Happy birthday. You all enjoy the rest of your day.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Aunt Madestella.
Everybody can wave happy birthday to her. Wave. Wave.
Happy birthday.
There we go.
You.
Birthday, Aunt Madestella.
Happy birthday, Madestella.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday.
Have many more.
Thank you.
So we're signing off. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Matt.
Everyone can say bye. Everyone take a time to say bye.
All this is food too.